Good morning, LinkedIn family. It's a thankful Thursday this morning, and I am so thankful because I get to introduce a new connection to you all. Today, I'm with Rachel Stander. I always butcher people's names. If you're not connected to her, if you're not following her, and if you're not engaging with you really need to, because what you're going to learn about Rachel, she's doing some fantastic work, and she's right in the middle of producing a film that I think is going to have enormous impact. Rachel, thank you so much for joining me on Coffee with Bob. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having me, Bob, and for that lovely introduction. And, and I do also just want to thank you for the platform that you've created here. I've been going through some of the older Coffee with Bobs and looking at them, and it's so fun to get these little snippets of different people's lives and industries and what they're working on that are just so outside of my bubble, but so fun to get that little bit of insight.
Oh, well, it's all about making connections. And one of the things that I do say is that one connection can change a life. I really do believe that. And I really do believe you're one of those connections.
Well, thank you.
Tell us what you're working on.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, I'm a producer. I'm an independent producer in Los Angeles. My current project is a feature film called Scrap. It's about an adult brother and sister who are estranged until their life circumstances force them back together. So it's a story about shame and the secrets we keep from the people who love us the most. And it's about the disconnect that can crop up between the plans you have for your life and the reality that you are actually living. And then it also, through the story of one of the main characters, shines a bit of a light on the homelessness situation in Los Angeles.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
Yeah. And so, you mentioned I'm in the middle of producing. We are actually at the beginning, we're in the financing stage, and we are doing the financing through equity investment crowdfunding on the WeFunder platform. We have 3 weeks left in our campaign, and so we're hoping to hit our maximum goal, which would be our maximum budget for the film of $450,000 by April 28th.
And where are you at right now?
Well, let's see. As of this morning, we are at 357,194 with 275 investors, which, I think that's sort of the most fun part of the crowdfunding aspect for us is, normally when you finance a film, it's such a small number of financiers, or maybe just one company that's putting in the money. But this has given us the opportunity to build this sort of collective of people who are already excited about the material and the story and what we're going to put out into the world, and they put their money where their mouth was and said, yeah, I'm going to support this. I believe this. I believe in this content, and I want to see more content like this. So let's get it made.
Awesome. And there will be a link for the crowdfunding page in the comments below. Highly recommend you go in and help Rachel out here, because I think this is a film that's going to have a big impact.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about how the crowdfunding is working, right? How does that work, and how do the people who actually donate get equity?
Yeah. So now, and I'm just going to be very clear, because I've had to retrain myself with my language, because I've in the past done. I've done Seed and Spark or Kickstarter, which are donation-based crowdfunding campaigns. It's very, very typical for filmmakers doing short films to fund their films that way. WeFunder is not donations. It is an investment. There's a, investors agreement. Our terms are 120% on principal and then 40% net profits. So with a minimum investment of minimum of $100, you're an equity investor. You have a stake in the project, and you will get, when the project is profitable, you get a percentage of that profit comes back to you based on, your investment. And I think, compared to the donation-based campaigns that I and my producing partner have run before, where you are appealing to people solely on the strength of the story or your personal relationship where like they love you, so they're going to support what you're doing. For this one, the business plan matters. It matters that we are being strategic and maximizing our chances of profitability. Of course, film is a high risk investment. It always is. And, our investors all understand that. But, we talk them through like why we believe we are setting ourselves up as best as possible to be profitable, to have the best chance of a profitable buyout from a distributor, so that everybody makes money. And, we as the producers don't make any money until all of our investors are, have their 120% return on principal. So we'd like to make money. We'd like to have a little seed to start our next project with. So, we're highly motivated to get this through to the end and see profit.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I really recommend that you check out the WeFund page. Rachel has lots of detail up there. That I think it's going to be an amazing project. I mean, you've got everything pretty much in line already, right?
Yeah, I mean, we've got director, we have Anthony Rapp is attached in one of the lead roles. Anthony Rapp, who has a huge fan base from Rent, and he's currently on Star Trek Discovery. I believe he's the first openly gay character in the Star Trek universe. His character, I shouldn't say his character is the first openly gay character in the Star Trek universe.
He is. So, I'm a Star Trek fan, so.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, so like, he's got a huge fan base from that, which is, again, like part of our strategy is to have recognizable working actors in the film. So as we move into casting, the other supporting roles, that's a big part of what we're going to be doing, is bringing in faces who people are familiar with, not necessarily like, we're not casting Julia Roberts,
right,
unless she's excited and wants to call us, but working actors whose faces are recognizable, who are consistently working. Of course, that presents, scheduling challenges as we try to like navigate everybody's schedule and get them when they're free. But that's sort of that's the fun puzzle of producing.
Yeah. Well, what I really love about this project